Hey guys, thank you for taking my course on virtual reality. This is Dinesh here and let me walk you through the course content. In section 1, I'll explain you the concept of virtual reality and the different VR headsets that are available. We'll also look at the difference between each VR headset by comparing their pricing and specification. In section 2, we'll create our first Unity game called The Ball Runner. This game will be a desktop game in which I'll explain you the basic concepts related to Unity and C# programming. In this game, you will first learn to position, rotate and scale 3D game objects inside Unity. Next, you will learn how to add background color and background images to the 3D game objects. We will then write programs or scripts to move a game object. We will finish this game by designing the menu scene and the end scene. In section 3, we'll create a first VR game called the VR1. In this game, we will just have a rotating cube. The main goal of this section is to install the Google VR SDK and the Android Studio SDK, which are the necessary components required for experiencing virtual reality. In section 4, we will build a Maze Walk VR game in which you will first set up a maze using the 3D game objects. In this section, you will learn the concept of first-person controller in Unity, and we will also write scripts to move inside a maze. We will then create a trophy and attach a special 3D surround sound to it called the spatial audio. We will complete this game by adding a menu scene and the end scene. We will interact with the menu scene and the end scene by using a GVR reticle pointer. In section 5, we will build the Adrenaline Rush game in which you as a player have to walk on a plank. You will be suspended high up in the air surrounded by mountains. In this game, we will look at skyboxes and how to implement skyboxes inside a game. This game is basically a combination of section 2 and section 4. So, the things that you practice in section 2 and section 4 will come handy in this section. We will also write programs to move a player, but the player will move and stop when the user presses the input button from the Google Cardboard. In section 6, we will develop the Monster Go VR game. In this game, you will first design a Pokeball. Next, I'll explain you the concept of spawning, and we will then write one script to collect the monsters by shooting the Pokeball from the position of the player camera. Next, we will randomly generate multiple monsters inside a scene at random position. After this, we will create a forest by adding trees, stones and grass game objects. And at the end, inside the end scene, we will display the total number of monsters which are collected. Now guys, in this Monster Go VR game, we will create two different scenes. One scene will be the day scene in which you have to catch monsters in daytime, and the other scene will be a night scene in which you have to catch monsters in the night time. So guys, after explaining you the course content, let's start with this course.